we were growing up, we didn't have a lot of fancy clothes, fancy shoes. We didn't have a lot of toys. We had a lot of chores to do, living on the farm. Learned how to milk cows, learned how to feed chickens, and we had some turkeys. The house didn't have running water. We heated the house with a wood stove. Everything was done the hard way compared to what it is now. Everything's easy now, simple. Years ago, my mom used to she had a washboard. If the clothes were real dirty, put them on a washboard and rub them back and forth to get the spots out. But, I don't think anybody will do that nowadays. One thing about it, you didn't say dirty words or you got your mouth washed out. And you respected people. You were kind to everybody. And, with 6 girls in my family, we didn't get mad and say mean things to each other. We got along good, and we had fun things to do. We'd go out and play, and we had a lot of fun times too. Well, I think what stands out when I was really young was when President Roosevelt died. I remember when he died, and my mother was crying. She took it that hard. He was in there 16 years. It was hard for a lot of families around there. They had hard times. But you made do with everything you had. Of course, living on the farm, we had milk and eggs. Chickens, you could butcher them. And a lot of times, if you planted potatoes, you had that. But you made do with what you had, and you didn't throw things out. And I remember one time somebody brought a bunch of turnips over. And my mom cooked them. There was none of us that would eat them. And my sister Agnes took them out, was going to give them to the dogs. And she came back in and she said, "Mom, even the dogs won't eat them." But we never liked turnips. My neighbor from Kip, this kid, he came over here about a year ago. But he came in and sat down to visit. And they were neighbors to us. Mm-hmm. And we got talking about old times and things happening. He said, "Do you ever remember eating blood pudding?" I said, "No, we didn't have blood pudding. We had blood cake." And when they'd butcher a hog, they'd catch the blood in a pan. And then they'd take it to the house and strain the clots out. Then they would mix flour, salt, pepper, and maybe soda or something in it to make it raise. They'd put it in a greased pan and bake it. And it came out looking like chocolate cake in a pan.
Did it taste like chocolate cake?
No. But it was good. They'd cut it in cubes, put it in a frying pan, and then put a little milk and cream on it and heat it up. And it was good. And when we went to school, we had bacon grease sandwiches. They'd fry the bacon, and then any of the fat that was on it, it would congeal, kind of get hardened. And then you'd spread that between two slices of bread. And a lot of times that's what we had on a sandwich in our lunchbox. We ought to have high cholesterol from that.
Yeah.